Done a lot of different African safaris, but this has been, I think, the best experience I've ever had.
The Singita Grumeti Fund participation safaris that's unparalleled anywhere else in Africa.
The only problem is that once you do something like this, where do you go from here?
We're close to the continent.
Grant knows where the elephants are, so he's trying to work with the pilot.
There's other organizations offering participatory experiences in the conservation field, and there's other lodges that can offer a luxurious tourist experience. But there's no one else that is offering those two combined together. Each guest has a couple of tasks they do.
Away from the animal and just try and go with the contours of the animal, you'll pick it up.
This is truly the ultimate hands-on experience.
If you can share an experience that potentially has made a difference, you're really sharing a part of the solution to that problem.
This is a far cry from a trading desk in New York City. You can never really grasp it until you've lived through it.
We got permission from Tuwiri, the Tanzanian Wildlife Research Institute, to collar 30 elephants, 5 groups of 6. Collaring elephants is really important to us for 2 main reasons. First of all, we want to understand where elephants are going when. And second, leading off of that, is to help prevent the conflict that's occurring in these areas.
Big bull there, but I can't see a collar on him.
Many of these research projects, they're very exciting, but they're also very costly, and we need revenue to be able to undertake these initiatives. Okay, he's taking aim. Here you go. Oh, he's going.
Wow, let's go.
Wow.
What they're actually doing is actually enabling this whole process so that we can actually better deal with this human-wildlife conflict problem that we experience on our boundaries.
It's not as though you're giving funding and then you never hear from anyone again or wonder what happened. They'll say, great, this is your project, this is what we've done, come check up on it, come see it again.
Just nice covering all over the, yeah. No, you can pour it on Grant, he likes it too. He's also hot.
These are the most amazing creatures I've ever seen. Hopefully the early warning that we can do with these collars will really be able to enhance his life and the life of the villagers and everyone else. Successful.
More work to do.
Participation safari is really an opportunity for people to see behind the scenes what's going on. So aside from actually collaring the elephants in this instance, they'll get to see all of our law enforcement infrastructure, they'll get on the community side, see some of our projects there.
It's good to show people what amount of effort goes into creating this game reserve that they all enjoy. Welcome to the ops room. All the information on the game reserve gets brought into this room.
Over the great problem.
So they see the reality of what goes on. They're seeing the importance of why we need protection.
He's got it already. Look at it. I mean, he can't get in there quick enough.
We've managed to gain resources for projects that we probably never would have been able to afford.
Hello, I'm Frida.
Jake, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You are not complete if you only deal with tourism alone. You need to really touch the community aspect as well.
I will not be here.
If you go home and you know that you have touched some people's life, but you have seen Big Five, you have stayed in a beautiful and fancy hotel, to me that's a complete circle.
The more you learn about the way the rest of the world lives, the more of a complete human being you can be. And you know, sometimes in New York, we can get into a small little bubble and stay there.
I think gratitude was something I was starting to feel like I'm just so fortunate to be here and being aware, embracing different cultures.
One really important thing Singita Grumeti Fund has really nailed is that they've found a way to marry hospitality and conservation. They shouldn't exist separately. They should exist as the same entity with one funding the other.
Participation safaris are the way of the future. Whether we bring in rhinos back, whether we're trying to reintroduce wild dog back into this ecosystem, these are excellent opportunities for people to get involved, to help fund what's going on, to make somewhere like Singita Grumeti the successful wildlife area that it is today.